Hey everyone, this is Pat, the DM for Grand Quest, otherwise known as Storyweaver. Grand Quest is a darker adventure set in D&D 5e homebrew setting.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I voice Syphina, the grave domain cleric of Tenelith, the goddess of life and death.
Hi, everybody. My name is Isaac, and I voice Sif, your favorite four-legged friend, a man trapped in a wolf's body for a crime he committed.
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew. I am the voice of Treyvor Corrales, the Oath of Vengeance paladin who is trying to get some answers and discover the truth about his family losing their noble title.
Hey everybody, I'm Mithril. I play Kane, the Dampier Gloomstalker Ranger. He's currently on this quest, trying to become a hero in this land.
Hey everybody, my name is Bridger. I will be playing Oscar, a wild druid with memory loss.
And without further ado, let's get to the story. Welcome back everybody. We're back to the game where we left off. It has been one day since they've returned to the Fort Colryn, and there's a lot to be done. Treyvor has his new sword, or sword hilt, that he knows does some amazing things, but he doesn't quite understand. Syphina has some preparing to do, because she plans to go into this next conflict ready. It's unknown what Sif plans to do, but it's gotta be something good. Kane, still brooding on the wall. Who knows if he's come to his senses and is ready to prepare himself for war. But everybody else in the fort is doing just that. Readying themselves to fight and possibly die. Trying to take Runeswick back and put Colrint, their former commander, finally to rest. Let us return to the game, starting with Treyvor.
What am I, chopped liver? No.
Oscar is probably still cowering in a corner, so we'll get to him. Just kidding. That's just me, the DM, being a bit of a butthead to the player of Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar's got a lot of things to solve in his mind. One, he's not quite sure what those sounds, images from the trial even mean. It's definitely made him think about himself. But we'll see what he's got going on after Treyvor. Treyvor, it is early morning. Your sword is still a hilt, though it has definitely attuned to you. You can't seem to figure out how to activate this weapon. But, I guess that's up to you to figure out now.
All right. So he's just kind of sitting on his bunk, looking at this sword hilt. He's not really saying anything. He's just looking at it. He's just kind of examining it. I'm gonna roll an Arcana on this thing, which I am terrible at, but yeah, that's a 2. Just a straight raw 2. I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna... I pick up the hilt, and I kind of hold it up, and I point it forward like I'm swinging a sword. I'm like, go sword.
Syphina is
Activate.
across from him. Syphina's across from him. She's trying to focus, and she's doing this. She's just like, try to ignore him.
Go magic blade. And he's
Suddenly,
just
you hear
looking at it for a second.
You hear a voice respond to you. What am I, some kind of simple magic item? That's not how you activate me, buddy.
And I just kind of sit there for a second. I go, I'm terribly sorry. I have never been accused of being particularly smart.
That's not hard to believe.
your previous wielder, it said your name was Agnes, right?
Yeah, that is my name, at least as far as I can remember. There's a lot of holes missing in my sword-like memory.
I guess that makes sense. Again, not a whole lot of experience with something clearly as advanced and powerful as you are.
Oh. Flattering.
Who
Is that what we're going with?
are you?
That-
Or
you already know my name.
were you?
I don't.
Yes, but
I'm a sword.
It's my feet.
oh,
What Trevor was saying, but I can't hit the sword, correct?
No, you can hear the sword.
Oh, I can hit the sword.
Almost like it's in your brain.
okay.
I just love the fact his personality's the same.
Yeah, but I'm a sword. I wasn't a person.
All right.
I'm a sword.
Okay.
Can we go back to flattering me? Because that was amazing.
Yes, let's try this again. Agnes, my name is Treyvor. It is very nice to meet you.
Can we work on the
I
name?
have
Treyvor. Not a wonderful knight name.
I mean that's something we can.
Trevor, can you and the sword please go elsewhere? I'm trying to focus. This is not helping.
Oh, right, of course. Sorry, Safina. We'll just. And he just kind of looks around for a second. He just waves and he goes
See?
bye. And he just goes.
Fucking out.
You.
Sifina, the last thing you hear is, see, Sifina. Sifina's a good knight name. Why don't you have Sifina as the door shuts?
What? Okay.
All right. I only have the name that I was given. Unfortunately,
I mean, it's a
we can
name.
spitball pseudonyms.
It's a
We can
wonderful
spitball
name.
pseudonyms another time.
It's a wonderful name. I don't want you to think that I'm being rude. It's just, we gotta have like a Sir Treyvor in there or something. Like, come on. You feel
I
like
mean-
a paladin. You kind of feel like a weird tingle go through your body. You feel like a paladin. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
This sword touched you everywhere. Is this your first time, mate?
Yeah, I've been
Well, let me give you a quick rundown.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of me, that's my pommel. You're currently holding my
Mhm.
handle. Above that is the guard, and well, you know, when you need to activate me, you just, you know, squeeze the hilt and, you know, understand that like I'm sentient, so don't squeeze too hard. But like, just like imagine and will the blade to come out. You don't need to say no shit.
This all sounds and feels very strange to me, but I
Give it a
am
good squeeze.
clearly a bit out of my depth, and he just gives a long suffering sigh when he says give it a squeeze, and he goes, right.
Yes. Swing
And
like you would.
he's gonna. All right, we're gonna have to figure out a different way of you wording things to help me through this process. But here goes, and he's gonna squeeze the.
Oh, too hard.
He's gonna
little
squeeze
softer. Little softer, buddy. Don't want to break me. As you swing the blade with a deep sigh, the blade manifests in a spark of flashing light as you now hold a beaming essence of radiant power arcing out from your blade. What does this blade look like in detail? What's the color? What's the shape? Is there any intricate designs on the radiant blade itself?
Yeah, so this blade ignites and it's just like pure silver light. It takes kind of I picture it taking kind of the form of like a scimitar, even though it's functionally a longsword. But that kind of curved, almost like a elves of Lothlorien kind of a blade.
Like the Dothraki blades?
No, more like from the Lord of the Rings movies, the swords that the elves carried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
thin
get
blades
that.
with a tiny little curve at the end. Maybe a weighted like tip or whatever at the very. It's more slashy than stabby.
Yeah, more slashy than stabby for sure, but kind of a curved edge to it, very elegant, and like all throughout, like up and down the silver is just a bunch of black and gold runes, and it kind of forms into sort of like a weird shape of almost like his family crest that's around his neck.
Very well. As the sword manifests, you have now fully attuned with this weapon. This weapon being a slightly mysterious version of, I believe it was the Sunblade.
Sunblade.
Yes.
Sunblade. Not one word, because there's two swords. One's one word, one's two words. This is not the legendary weapon. But
It's the blue one.
yeah, it's purple, right?
Blue.
That's blue. Okay. As the blade manifests, he goes, "Oh, I've never been curved before."
Yeah. I just remember a sword that used to hang on the wall in my family home that looked very much like this, and that's kind of what I was thinking of.
Well, I'm glad I can bring back a little piece of your childhood. So, what are we killing?
A bunch of undead, like a really concerningly large number of undead, and from what I understand, a necromancer controlling them.
Can't it ever be like flowers? Maybe grass that if you cut it, gems pop out? Like, why is it always gotta be undead? What is with this place and undead? Okay.
I just got here a few days ago, mate.
Well, I mean, I just woke up.
You're asking the wrong guy.
I just woke up literally today, so I'm just saying. Well, technically yesterday. But, hey man, I don't know what's going on here. You obviously don't know what's going on here. But, yeah, I'm gonna definitely need to figure out what the hell's been going on, because I've been asleep for like 300 years, so, yeah. Do you have a party? Because if it's just me and you, this is not gonna go down. I'm strong. I'm strong.
The girl in the barracks that basically told us both to fuck off, that's Syphina. She's our cleric.
Like her. Straight to the point.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Also reminds
Kane.
me of somebody. I don't know why. She gives off like this familiar essence. I don't know.
You are not the first person that we've met here that has said that, and that is just as concerning to me as everything else that is going on. Let's see. Rest of the party. Kane is brooding around here somewhere.
That definitely sounds like a brooding person's name.
Yeah. Full disclosure, he appears to be some sort of vampiric undead. He's a decent bloke though. Hasn't really given us a lot of problems.
Thingamajigger, you talking damn pure full on vampire? Because those two different things. Same thing, different things.
I feel like Dampier is probably the way to go, because from the things that I've heard about vampires, if he were one of them, I imagine we'd all probably be dead right now. Anyways,
recognized vampire before. Alan. Alan was a pretty good vampire. He was a pretty good Boro. Pretty good. Helped some of my wielders in the past defeat a lot of them assholes.
Okay. Nice to know that there are some good ones out there. Kane is a pretty decent bloke. Sif is another one of our guys. He looks like a wolf, but he's not. So when you do meet him, please don't call him a good boy or anything like that. It seems to bother him.
I'm guessing this was caused by a hag? Because that's what everybody who gets turned into an animal says. Hag.
Haven't really had the chance to ask him. I'm sure at some point
I'll do it.
we'll get to. Okay.
Let's go meet Marty.
Okay, yeah. Well, you just met Saifina. She's very clearly in the middle of some stuff, so
I never heard that.
we're
Head
gonna...
back in there, buddy.
Here we go. Okay, and he's gonna walk back in, and he's just gonna kind of like step into the doorway and open up and like hold the sword out into the room. And he goes, Saifina, this is Agnes Saifina.
Nice to meet you. Sorry I annoyed you.
Saifina is just sitting there, head bowed, and she just lifts her head up. The sword is talking.
Yeah, my name's
Yes.
Agnes.
Agnes.
By the way, have we met
nice.
before? Are you over 300 years old?
No.
Oh, must be misunderstood. I must be misinterpreting you. Sorry about that. Let's go, Treyvor.
And he just walks right back out.
You are a wonderful pair of legs. Just gotta say.
We really got to work on the way.
Shut up.
You just woke up from 300 years of sleep. I'm not going to quite be that rude to you.
Yeah, I've got a
I've
lot.
already made the mistake of calling you a thing, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call me a thing, you gotta buy me dinner first.
He just lets out the long-suffering sigh, and he's going to go... All right, let's see. Who else do we have? We have...
Treyvor.
Yeah.
This sword has been talking to you, and there's been guards and there's been soldiers walking around everywhere around you, but not a single one of them has even like looked at you or anything. Besides, when you talk, some of them will look to see if you're talking to them, and then when they realize you're not, they look away. They don't seem to hear Agnes.
Is there a reason that all these other people walking around can't hear you?
Are they from?
I look like a madman talking
Well, I
to
mean,
you
to
right
be
now,
honest,
don't
you
I?
look like a madman. Have you ever heard of a shave? Anyways, it's probably because they're not connected to you. They're not fated to you. They're just passerbys.
Okay then. We'll come back to that later. You said you wanted to meet the team. We've got Oscar. We've got.
Ooh, Oscar guy. You didn't tell me anything about Oscar.
Oscar is our druid.
Oh, I love druids. They love animals.
I believe
in little weird ways.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does. He does love animals. He's a very interesting sort. Might be a child, might not be. Think he's probably a changeling.
Hey, buddy. I'm not safe to
But
bring
he's
around
got.
children.
He's got.
Mainly because my mouth.
I am
voice.
fucking well aware, mate. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure if he's actually a child or not. I think he's a changeling. But so let's see. We have. All right. Out of character, we have Kane, Oscar, Swift, Saifina,
That's it.
and okay. So yeah.
Whatever
So
happened to Gorez?
Gorez is somewhere. No one knows
Yeah.
where Gorez is.
There was another member of our party, but he kind of just randomly decided to fuck off. Not sure what his deal is. Hopefully he'll come back sometime here in the future, but I have no idea where he's at right now. Anyways, and I'm gonna look around and see if I notice any of the other party members.
Sif, you are currently in the
In the
middle
area.
of this fortress. We're gonna move to you. What are you doing? There's a lot of soldiers going all over the place and doing a lot of different things. What is Sif doing before we have him interact and run into Treyvor?
Right now, well, let's see. It's kind of lazy, so I guess right now he's just probably standing around, looking. Probably in his mind, he's probably thinking about the battle coming up ahead and what to do. But I just let's say he's on a crate or whatever, just laying down.
Very well. We're gonna put you over
Here,
here.
yeah. Let's find a crate and put me on it. Yeah, in a nice
It's
little
like
corner.
over here. Yeah.
I don't brood on it.
Treyvor, as you're walking around through the crowd, you spot that very, very familiar bluish gray fur in the crowd of silver armor. Clearly, across the way, sitting in a corner on some crates, well, laying down on some crates, is Sif. The first one
Alright.
you've seen since Saifini.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading over towards him.
Sif,
Do like
as he's heading over to you, you can clearly hear him talking to somebody, and then as he gets closer, you can hear a second voice that you've never heard before.
so like Sif like picks his head up as his like ears perk up and
Is this him?
yeah. So he looks over at Treyvor. Hey, and then is Treyvor still talking to
Oh.
Agnes?
Agnes just said, "Is this him?"
Who said
Yeah.
Not to me.
Sif.
Wait a minute, Charlie.
And I'm gonna hold up the sword. No. Sentient Blade. His name is Agnes. He wants
Nice to
to
meet you.
meet the rest of the party.
Yep.
So
everybody's-
Sif, Agnes, Sif.
Your sword talks.
I am. Yes, I'm a sword. You actually got it right. Thank you. You didn't call me a thing, like
Yes.
this man did.
Yes. Yes, he talks.
Yep.
Yeah,
Agnes.
yeah. Some people have like troubles mislabeling people.
Oh, I know. Like, I bet everybody calls you a dog when you're actually a wolf.
Something like that.
Big man here, guy who really badly needs a shave and a haircut, said that you are not actually a wolf, that you're a person?
Yeah, well, I am a human trapped in this body.
I'm gonna have three guesses, but I'm gonna get it one time. Hag.
Yeah, you could try another 2 times, but it'd be unless you say hag twice, you'd be wrong.
Well, actually, there's a few other things that could do this to you, but hag is generally the ones that like to turn people into animals. What'd you do?
Yeah. As far as I remember, I stole from her.
Oh, you dumb person. Dumb.
It-
So dumb.
On paper, it really, until I was there, from what I remember, it seemed like a very good.
Did it though?
It didn't.
Yeah. No.
All right. Agnes, hold up.
What's
Sif,
up?
mate, you stole from a hag.
I mean, to be fair, to be technical, she caught me. So, what is stealing? If you
I
get
mean,
caught?
what?
Oh,
I mean,
they
what
were
were you
got
trying
you
to
still.
steal?
Yeah, that's
DM, do I know exactly what
yeah.
it is? Oh, okay. So,
She would never have let you forget it.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. It was a music box.
Oh, dude. Agnes Hag or Night Hag? And by the way, not the same name, spelt different. Treyvor. I'm looking at you.
I actually, oddly, I think I understood that. I think I figured that out.
Oh, look, he's learning. You can teach the dumb. Anyways, yeah, Night Hag.
It was a
or-
night tag.
Yeah, that makes sense. That music box is probably like her entire power to put people to sleep.
Makes a lot of sense. She cared about it a lot. She did tell me more about it, but
So, this gonna be an enemy we're gonna have to deal with down the road.
hopefully, no. But
Well, I
real
mean,
comes to real, yes.
as long as she doesn't have any of your loved ones or anything, you should be good.
Right, as long as she doesn't have any money. Too bad she does.
The sword is silent
Hold up,
for a
wait.
moment.
What? Is that all the stuff that happened during the trial, the thing that popped up with you?
Kind of.
What's the story then, mate?
Do I know exactly?
Yeah.
Or is it okay? Uh, well,
A lot has been revealed to you.
a lot has, yeah. And not people have really been asking him too much. He takes a deep breath. Well, I was sent out with my old crew to, as you already know, steal from a old lady. It was supposed to be. It was out in a forest. I can't remember the name exactly. I believe we called it the Dark Meadows. Once we were out there, it became apparent that she was a hag. Whenever we got up to her door, we had faced a couple of red caps in the legs, but once we seen the door, it was a strange door, like a portal to another place. It was adorned with these silver linings, some druidic, I guess, flowers, and then it was weird. It was like a mirror, like a two-toned one. And the second you stepped into it, it was like the illusion faded. Well, right whenever we were there, I turned to the others and told them maybe should be the time that we leave. Cut our losses, but we were already there. We made the decision to push forward. It seems that the hag already knew that, we were there. She was watching us the whole time because she made quick work of us. But I was able to grab the music box and make my way almost out to the portal. Before I made it to the portal, hags are a lot quicker than they seem. Okay, let me just say that.
Oh yeah, very spry for old women.
Yeah, you would think they'd be, a lot more slower, but no.
I swear, if the Fae had Olympics, they'd be gold medalists.
Yeah, they would. But she ended up ripping my throat out, and I had saved the music box in an attempt to, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the tone of it, the sound it made, but it made me think of my daughter and how much I loved her. And in that last, I guess, moment of desperation, I tried to break it. She saw that I was going to break it, and in her attempt of desperation, she struck a bargain with me. I was supposed to spend 7 years of my life in this form. Or 7, actually, no. It's actually 7 years of my life in her servitude as a dog. And after that, I would be returned back to my normal life. But time works kind of funny in the face, so when I came back home, a lot more time than 7 years had passed. And seeing that everybody had already moved on, my wife, Sif already knows about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, back at the trial when they asked who killed her, I said it was me because it was actually me. That was not a lie or anything. She was sick, and it was more of a mercy thing. I don't know. It's a little blurry to me, but I just remember losing control, and my daughter saw it. Ever since then, I've been on a path of, I don't know, maybe I want to live, maybe I don't. You don't really have much to live whenever your own child sees you kill their mother. But, I mean, that's why I'm here. Maybe to make a change in somebody else's life.
If I had arms, Sif, I'd give you a hug
Wow.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hug
Treyvor
him-
just kind of reaches over and he pats him on the shoulder.
hug
I
him
don't
for
really
me.
talk about it
Yeah.
much.
Treyvor reaches over. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend to understand what was going through your mind that made you decide that stealing from a hag was a good idea. I'm not going to pretend to understand everything that you've been through. But whatever your crime, clearly you've been punished enough. And if there comes a point where we face off against this hag, I promise you, you won't face her alone.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill her dead.
That's nice to know that you guys will have my back.
I mean, I don't have arms, but I've got a sharp, pointy edge that's made of a lot of owies. So, we'll definitely teach her a lesson.
Maybe we could work on getting you some arms.
I mean, I got
Maybe
this.
a sheath?
Oh, a sheath would be really nice. I haven't had a sheath in a long time. Then again, if I remember correctly, the last time I had a sheath, a bunch of little daggers showed up. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think I might be a father to a bunch of daggers. They're probably old and rusted by now, right?
Start sheep's jokes.
I mean, every sword, gets weary and tired. Maybe a little. What is the word I'm thinking of? Active. Maybe a little blue, and it needs to be sheathed.
I like this guy. Why couldn't you have found me? No offense, Treyvor. I'm pretty sure I could only be wielded by you right now. But nice meeting you, Sif, and we'll kill that hag. And
Nice to meet you
everybody who
too.
serves her.
If it makes you feel any better, I was probably gonna toss you if I found you.
That does make me feel a little bit better. At least this man.
At least he kept you.
At least he kept me. Yeah, that's right. You know what? Sif has put it into a little bit of perspective. I should probably be nicer to you.
That's not a terrible point. We should learn to work together in the interest of mutual cooperation. He looks over at Sif and just kind of nods to him. He's like, I'll see you later, mate.
Yep, see you around.
And I'm just gonna walk around. I'm gonna see who's the next person that I can find.
So, if we look around at the map, who else is on the map currently? Do we see an Oscar in that corner? As you're walking around, before you even check up on the wall, because you're not quite sure, you see in a tight crevice hidden behind. Well, you're not really seeing, but you're walking around. You can kind of hear something as you walk further down the alleyway to check into the dining room area. Treyvor stops you and says, "Hey, wait! You said that that one dude, Oscar, was a child, right?"
Yes. Possibly. I honestly have no idea at this point. Like I said, I think maybe shapeshifter of some kind, but
Oh, well, I'm detecting very strong, like, fey magic coming from right down that alleyway there between the two buildings.
well, I suppose that's worth looking into.
I mean, is there any other fey here? Like, strong-powered fey? I mean, clearly Sif, but...
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea, mate.
Oscar, before he shows up, what have you been doing? Clearly hiding from everybody. So, Oscar... There you go.
He's been mostly just trying to ignore his thoughts and just focus on the now rather than dwelling on what happened. He's just now starting to feel better.
So focusing on the now in a small crack between two buildings. What now are you focusing on?
More like what's coming ahead, the challenges that he's gonna have to face, and that he doesn't have time to sit around and do nothing.
So probably just a quiet place to be.
Yeah, he was getting ready to move.
As you were starting to move and get out of the crevice, you hear Treyvor's voice and another voice. But when you peek yourself out of that crevice, kind of coming face to face with him, it is only Treyvor here. As then you hear, so he is a kid.
Huh? Who's talking?
No,
It's me.
Oscar, meet Agnes, and I hold out the sword to him. Agnes, meet Oscar.
Nice to meet you, kid.
You're a sword.
And you're a
Swords aren't supposed to talk.
and you're a child. A child is not supposed to be in war.
Sorry. And then he'll shapeshift into an old dwarf man.
That's better.
Is this better?
Yeah. If I had a stomach, I'd drink with you. But yeah, I haven't seen one of your kind in a very long time. I thought you all died out.
Real quick, was that like the whole horrifying, like when it turns into a horse transformation, or was it a little more palatable?
Human to human, it's not as gruesome. It's just more like the shifting of features, maybe some crunching of bone as the bone structure changes rapidly.
Changing to animals is so much worse.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, that's fine. Treyvor is going to look at you and he's going to be like, "That is the single least disturbing transformation I've seen you do in the short amount of time that I've known you."
I mean, I could always transform into a giant spider again.
Are you?
Please don't. For the love of... Please don't.
Are you not a normal changeling? What do you mean horrific transformations? They normally just kind of like a giant. It's kind of like a person turns into a blob and then to another animal, or into a person or a thing or something. What do you mean horrific?
Looks like it's time for show and tell. You know,
Oh,
like
God.
he'll stretch, and then he's gonna be like, "Let's see, I got some new things. I feel a bit stronger now that I can access more forms."
I kind of feel unprepared for this. I don't got anything to show you besides, the talking sword thing.
Let's see. Well, I do want to do this. And he will change as his limbs will become slippery. Now, instead of hearing the cracking of bones, you'll just hear like you'll see his body like deflate almost, like the skin just deflate as if the bones have just disappeared, and then he'll grow and ligaments will start coming out of his chest and other parts as tentacles start to form, and he turns into a giant octopus.
Sword is silent for a moment.
Pat, I'm gonna roll a con save to keep from throwing up.
Hell, roll one for Agnes too for me, please.
Okay.
Just a flat D20 for him.
Okay. So that's 16 and a 25.
Who's the 25? You?
Me.
Okay, the 16, you just hear from the sword.
Yeah.
And then the blade flickers a little bit. Hey, Treyvor, put me by the weird octopus man.
I'm gonna step closer and I'm gonna kind of hold out the sword a little bit.
Oscar, you feel a strange tingle and buzz run through your system, like your whole body, as you hear from Agnes. What did they do to you? What? How many are there in you? Who did this?
Oscar will drop that form, change into a monkey, and just run away.
Treyvor. This is Agnes talking to you.
Yeah.
He's not a normal changeling. He is... whoever... They have done horrible things to whoever Oscar originally was. In good terms, he's
I'm going to have to kill...
He's an abomination.
I'm going to have to kill so many people.
Whoever did that to him, I'm right there with you. Well.
All right. Well, that was Oscar, such as he is, and obviously he's been through some shit. So make sure that you're nice.
Buddy. You have a real depressing crew. kind of not looking
Just-
forward to meeting this Kane.
I was gonna say you haven't met the fuck-mothering vampire yet. And I just kind of chuckle and I start walking back out into the common area. Actually, I'm gonna poke my head in here real quick just to
Yeah,
look around.
there's
and
nobody
see if I
besides
see-
a lot of soldiers eating in there. Agnes will talk to you and go, by the way, you should definitely find somebody to talk to him that's good at talking. He is mentally not doing well.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression during the trials.
Yeah. By the way, you're a vengeance paladin. You took an oath of vengeance?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
kind of a
He who you're sworn an oath to, though. How did you get your powers?
to literal vengeance.
What do you mean literal vengeance?
Like the actual spiritual manifestation of vengeance.
So, I've been around a long time. I know a few things, but there's a lot missing in my head. And I think that might be one of them because I've never, well, so as you guys are walking to find Kane, so you're saying the actual essence of vengeance. Are you talking about literally the source of all vengeance?
Yes, that is correct. The essence of
That is
vengeance.
crazy, bro. Well, I mean,
You're telling me, mate.
you so far just by talking to 2 people in your party, you've got a lot of vengeance to bring upon people, buddy. You got a lot of work ahead of you.
Why do you think I was just daunted by the number of people that I'm going to have to kill to make some things right for some of the people around me?
Well, just I mean, pretty sure you've been told this. I mean, it's kind of like if there was a gift card or a card you could give somebody somewhere from Tallmark or something like that, it'd probably say, "Don't fall too far in that pit of vengeance," or something like that. Or always bring a rope if you're gonna dive into vengeance or something, But I'm very much gonna tell you the same thing. I hope you have a really long rope.
See, the expression that I've heard growing up was, "If you seek vengeance, dig 2 graves."
Oh, you're gonna need to dig a lot more than 2.
And I'm
buddy.
just gonna kind of keep walking.
You're gonna need,
Yeah.
Gonna probably need a few shovels. You're gonna wear right out of that shovel. As you can see Kane up at the
Yeah.
top in the corner of your eye walking across, almost pacing in a little bit.
Who threw
Oh,
that
yeah,
shit?
just basic.
All right. I'm going to look up and I'm gonna just
Yeah,
yell,
that's what
"Oi,
others do.
Kane!"
No, I'm joking.
Kane, you hear down from below Treyvor's voice call up to you. It's kind of quiet because those walls are pretty tall, but
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna look over and look down at him.
what were you doing before you heard Treyvor's voice?
I was actually trying to dig further into that memory.
I'm gonna say this, that you did not have any luck. Seems as if it's going to need to be triggered. Something is fighting back against you, like a wall. And it is hard to penetrate the wall. You will need to find
Okay.
a weak spot.
So here's my question: did I just remember the action of killing them, or what led up to it as well?
No, just the action.
Okay, because I still don't know what led up to it.
Just the action.
Okay.
Then you hear Treyvor's voice snaps you out of this kind of mindless pacing and almost forceful memory searching.
I'm gonna stop and look down.
You'll
At
hear
him?
you'll hear a secondary voice, but no one that it came from. Ah, he does look like a vampire.
Told you,
And
mate.
then I am going to set foot on the wall and walk down the vertical wall.
Vampire trick 101, right there. That's if you want to find yourself a vampire, look on the side of a wall. Still, no one this voice should be coming from.
That
Treyvor,
was
have
a
I
really cool
gone
fucking.
completely insane, or is there something on you that's talking?
I hold out Agnes. I'm like, Agnes, meet Kane. Kane, Agnes. Sentient sword.
Agnes does not talk.
Agnes, mate. And I kind of tap on the sword and kind of shake it like you would, like with a flashlight, trying to get the batteries to work.
And then you hear the words come out of the sword. I didn't know he had a son.
What?
Yeah, what Kane said. Fucking what, mate?
You'll see a you'll feel, Kane, you'll feel a moment of like a buzzing, tingling, warm feeling course through you. As it then like kind of focuses in on the mind and goes, I think I clearly shouldn't say anything else yet. Nice to meet you, Kane. I'm a sword. Don't take too much credit in what I say. I'm a sword.
Well, that's the first time since he started talking that he shut up. You doing all right, mate?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm wonderful. I'm dandy. I
was-
am a sword.
Talking to Kane, mate.
Oh,
I was talking to Kane, mate.
okay, cool.
Kane is just staring at the sword.
Nice to meet you.
Treyvor's gonna kind of like wave his hand in front of his face and do the whole. Kane, hey, bud, you still with us?
For the moment.
By the
Hey,
way, I'm only going to be
look,
speaking to you right
about-
now, Treyvor. This can only be heard by you. Okay, buddy? That's
Oh.
not a Dampier. Just gonna let you know that right now. That's not a Dampier. That is a thing that should not exist. Right there. That man named Kane shouldn't exist. Nature should not allow that thing to exist. But it exists.
I'm just gonna kind of take all of that in, and I'm looking directly at Kane. I'm like, look, all the shit that happened during the trials, you want to talk about any of it?
No.
And he just kind of holds up his hands, goes, all right, I won't push. And he turns around to walk away, but he pauses. He goes, look, there's a very distinct possibility that we'll all be dead within the next few days. Whatever shit you've got going on with Sifina, the two of you need to sort it out before we go into battle.
Ooh, is there a love triangle? You hear from the sword?
Agnes, I'm going to need you to stop talking.
Hey, I mean,
And he just kind of walked away from Kane.
you'll hear a call out to Kane. Hey, buddy, keep your head up. You're powerful.
Fuck is that?
And once we're out of earshot of Kane, I'm gonna look at Agnes. I'm like, so who's his father?
Oh, yeah, let's not go into that just yet. That is something that he should not know until whatever is holding his memories back is released. Okay? It's between him, his memories, and whoever put that there.
I'm just gonna kind of back at Kane Like as I'm
Who
walking
has
away,
me back
I'm
up?
gonna kind of I just kind of look back up at the wall at him, and I just kind of sigh and shake my head. I'm like, it amazes me that I am the most normal one out of the group, aside from probably Syphina.
I mean,
And I'm gonna head.
like radiant energy coming off of her. Yeah, she's pretty normal.
Well, I mean, she is an Asimov.
Oh, that don't mean shit. An Asimar shouldn't have that much.
I cannot be the most normal person in the group. I can't.
Oh, I mean, you're not normal by any means, buddy. There's just a lot that you're gonna need to unpack down the road.
Leave it to the human to be the most basic.
To be honest, I'm a talking. To be honest, I'm a
that
talking
was great.
nerd, and I'm probably the most normal out of all of you guys.
Honestly, probably.
Has Trevor walked through the door yet?
I'm gonna say that, like, as
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah, he's probably standing right outside the door when he says that. So, but as you walk through the door, do you walk through the door, Treyvor?
Yeah, I walk through the door.
Okay, I'm going to now move on to. Well, you know what? No, Syphina hasn't had that much time
You can
with
do
the
whatever you
Treyvor and the
want.
sword. So as Treyvor walks through the door, you hear "Hello there, Syphina," come from the direction of Treyvor, which obviously means from the sword.
I'm assuming that she could have finished what
Yeah.
she was doing at that
Well,
time.
yeah, it's
right?
been a few hours, so yeah.
Okay, so she looks up. She's like, "Oh, you're back. Are you getting familiar with that sword?"
Thank you for not calling me a thing. I appreciate that. I felt it coming, but you changed it.
Yeah, gotten familiar with Agnes a little bit. Gotten a little bit more familiar with our group.
So they're talking to you.
So,
They're still talking to you.
Well, more like they're
Yeah.
talking to me. Take credit for my things, Treyvor.
You could mean either of you.
Well, he tried to take credit for it, Syphina. Slap him for me, Syphina. I don't have hands.
Anyway, so a hag cursed Sif for trying to steal something from her, and I'm not entirely sure about the details, but maybe holding his daughter hostage. So that's something that we might have to deal with at some point, assuming we live through the next few days.
To be honest, it was his fault for thinking of his daughter right before she.
Hush you.
Oh,
Oscar is really not okay. I don't know what it is that he's been through,
Bad
but
bad shit, Syphina. Bad shit.
I intend to talk to him when I get a chance. I haven't had the opportunity yet.
yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Kane is still brooding. Apparently might not be a Dampier.
Oh.
Not entirely sure what that is.
But I mean, we know he's undead. We know that, and he's a Dampier.
Sure, let's go with that. I mean,
Um,
I guess you can technically classify that, but it's not.
What could it be?
whatever it is,
Look outside the
my
the door, quick.
new imaginary friend here seems
I'm not imaginary.
frightened of him.
And I'm not frightened. I'm a sword. What is he gonna do to
Alright,
me?
I'm gonna poke my head out and look around real quick.
No, Kane. Do you see Kane?
Nope,
Okay.
no Kane.
It's still on the wall.
That is an abomination of nature. Vampires cannot mate except for with other vampires, by nature itself, because of their sins for existing. Somehow, his father found a way. That is a half-breed. That is not a Dampier.
Breed vamp.
Yeah, that means he is half full vampire. half mortal. Not Dampier. Dampier is somebody who's turned into a lesser form of a vampire, like a diet knockoff vampire. That is not a diet knockoff vampire.
A question. Vampires can't turn anybody, right? If I recall correctly. But vampires,
I don't know how far which way he is. I can't give you any further information. I only did a quick check over him, and then something pushed me out.
well, I mean, during the trials, he said that he killed his family. So I just wonder if that doesn't make any sense if his family is a vampire. I'm so confused.
There's a lot I couldn't go into his memory fully. There was something in there that pushed me away, and until he solves that, right now it's just between those memories are between him, whatever it's connected to, and whoever put it there.
You didn't get anything else by any chance, did
What do
you?
you mean?
Well, he seems to have a very particular idea of regards toward me.
I
And
didn't
I
look
have
at your three weird ass love triangle.
There was what love triangle?
Clearly, there's some emotions between you and Treyvor, and then there's some weird touchy-feely, broody, like emotions between you and Kane. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was any emotions between Kane and Treyvor. I don't know. Does this triangle connect all the way around?
Sophina looks at Treyvor, so confused.
Treyvor is just staring directly at Agnes.
Oh,
like,
did I
jaw
out you, buddy? Did I out
dropped.
you? My bad. I thought it was clear as day. I mean, it was pretty clear to me.
Agnes, can we focus?
Oh, I don't know. I've been asleep for 300 years. I really don't know. Especially with all you interesting people. I mean, holy moly! The last guy I was wielded by was a basic human fighter. I mean, there wasn't much more to him besides 2 sticks and a rock. He had a pet rock and 2 friends that looked like stick bugs. Anyways, like,
So anyways, whatever, and he just completely shifts back to his conversation with Safina.
good save, buddy.
Whatever is going on with him from the trials, he still doesn't want to talk about it. Tried to get him to open up, he wasn't really interested. I told him whatever was going on, he needs to get it squared away before we go marching off to war. So, for what it's worth, I tried to.
But I don't know if he'll actually talk to me. He's been I don't know. So thanks for
I mean,
trying,
he
though.
didn't. Yeah, he didn't talk to me either. But yeah. So, anyways, this is Agnes in
Back
all
to
of
meet
his
you again.
splendor.
I
Yeah.
could use the word glory. It's okay. I won't be hurt by it.
What?
He said splendor, but it's clearly glory. Anyways, how'd you get that much radiant energy?
I'm a cleric.
No, I mean like
I'm a-
it's a lot. Like I'm made of radiant energy, and I don't exude enough as much as you.
Sophina looks at stuff. What do you mean? Other clerics don't radiate? Like, I mean, they don't have this much?
No. Like, let me explain this to you. You take a glass. Well, we'll just say a flagon. You fill it full of ale. You fill it to about halfway where the most people drink it from. That's a cleric. You fill it to the top. That's a cleric Azamar. You fill 17 more cups to the brim. That's you.
Well, this is new to me. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information.
Yeah, me neither.
This is just who I am, and this yeah, I don't know what to do with that information. This is just me. I'm just an Azamai of Tenelith. I feel like cleric of Tenelith. I'm a cleric of Tenelith.
That name sounds extremely familiar.
She's the goddess of life and death. The warrior of balance who had wielded you, I guess, previously said that he had something against her personally.
Look, even while he was wielding me, I was still sleeping.
Really?
I don't really understand. Well, he was technically in a state of undeath the whole time. You said she? What about the other one? There's two beings that make up Tenelith. As then you hear a loud knock on the door, and a soldier walks in, says, "The commander would like to speak to you about battle plans. He would like to speak to you now."
Can we continue this conversation later? So he has the sword, but
I mean, sure if we don't die. As
yeah, I try to make sure everybody stays alive. That is my entire purpose here. So, yeah, we can go.
All right, and right
yeah,
there.
Treyvor's gonna
Go ahead.
get up and like head out with her, I guess,
Okay.
to talk about battle.
As you guys gather the rest of the party through different soldiers, bringing forth and telling them, you all meet in the commander's office. A large map of Runeswick stationed on his table here. And he looks a bit more serious than he did before, even though he was rather serious to begin with. This is just a deeper level of seriousness. He is not screwing around here. This is real war to him, and he would like to speak seriously with all of you. As we will end the session there. Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. If you like the story so far, leave a like. And if you want to hear more, subscribe. Remember to always check for mimics underneath that bed of yours. We'll see you next time.